ta, din, taki, ta, din, ta, din, taki, ta, din, taki, ta, din, ta, din, taki, ta, din, taki, ta, din, ta, din, taki, ta, Joni, Joni, ta, Joni, Joni, ta, Joni, Joni, ta, din, taki, 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 din,
That was awesome. Great playing, super creative. In a second, I want to cut to some of the interview that I did with Butch. We talked about a lot of things that I think you guys are going to be interested in. Everything from practicing, how to improve, how to get ready for sessions and touring, what life is like on the road, you know, how to survive during a pandemic. A lot of great advice for you guys. So I did a whole interview. I'm going to share a little bit of that in this video. And this is in a series, so look for the other parts of this series with Butch Norton. And there'll be a little bit of that interview along with some playing examples. So we'll get to that in a second. For those of you who want a little bit more, you can also look for the deconstruction setup with Butch Norton tour, where Butch talks about all the components of the setup. Look for that video. And then for those of you who want even more, you can go to patreon.com/Kalani, or if you're a member, you have access to the descriptive video that we did where he kind of gives you a whole tour of all the sticks and mallets that he's using. So if you're curious about all the other stuff that's over on the right side of his setup, he talks about all that stuff. That's at patreon.com. You can also see the entire interview uncut at patreon.com/Kalani, and all of Butch's performance musical segments or vignettes at Patreon as well. All right. So coming up in a second, part of the interview with Butch. Go to butchdrums.com to check him out. And thanks for stopping by World Drum Club. As always, subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications. And I'll see you in future videos. Here's some of the interview, and enjoy. Butch Norton.
I was doing.
And that speaks to the skill that's something we don't talk about a lot, which is that when you're in the studio, there is pressure. I mean, even if you've got a big budget and you've got time.
Nobody has big budgets anymore.
Right.
Sorry.
And you don't want to be the person that they're waiting on to come up to kind of get that part. I mean, yeah, you could come up with a simple part and play it safe and everything, but that's not, at the end of the day, I think you want to have the personality there, you want to have the depth. But like you said, what you're doing in your practice space, you're kind of practicing for that session in a way too, right? You're not only practicing music, but you're practicing, like you said, getting there a little bit quickly, not because you're in a rush, but because it's just efficient, especially when you're getting paid as a studio musician, right? You got to be able to do that pretty quick. You got to be efficient. It doesn't mean, you're rushing any process.
No.
It just means you're quicker at the process.
Well, quicker, and how many ideas can I have in my pocket? Like, doing this over the years, I have 5 or 6 ideas that I could, on a dime, switch on and go, oh, okay, this tom thing, oh, maybe it's more of a soca, brush more Latin-y thing. That takes time to put that into your bag, into your pocket, so you can pull that out. And it saves time, but it makes it more fun to me, and I can offer more ideas, which happens all the time. Butch, wow, you were doing that. You were riding on that cymbal. What else can we do that gets out of the way of guitar? Oh, okay, I'll do that on the floor tom this time. Okay. Oh, 2 and 4. I don't want to. Okay, well, let's do it on the 3. Being able to and listening with other people and taking apart, it comes from practicing that. And licks. I haven't practiced licks and chops in years because no one ever asks me to do that. Right.
That's a great point. When's the last time you heard any band member say, could you play a longer fill right there? Could you play
and make
a busier
and put more stuff in busier and could you do those double bass drum things and double? That's no.
Nobody asks for that.
Not my world. Not my world.
That's why they give drummers drum solos. So they can get it all out, and then all the other players just leave and say, okay, let them get it out.
Yeah.
Let him get it out of his system, and then we'll come back and play together.
I get asked with Lucinda Williams, I get asked to do a solo every 3 years. She'll turn around in the middle of a song and she'll go, oh, okay, yeah. And I'm fine with that. I love supporting a song and coming up with parts and that's for that. This is an alternate world.
Yeah.
But it all comes together.
Yeah, of course. It's all music. Let's talk a little bit about what you do with Lucinda and the band. And now, of course, we're during the pandemic. It's during the shutdown. This is being recorded mid-September 2020. So we were just talking about, how everybody's work, especially touring artists like you do, most of your work is touring, right? With Lucinda. Severely affected. But you guys did record the album.
We recorded it last summer. Went in while we had a huge hectic schedule of touring her. We were touring her 20th anniversary of her Car Wheels on a Gravel Road record, which was her Grammy-winning record in '98. So we'd been touring that for a year. It was a good-sized production. It was really great. And then we would go to Nashville, and in between touring, she had this new batch of songs. And with her band, we've been there. David, the bass player, and I have been there 13 years. So we know how the twists and turns and the navigation goes. And she sits in her hotel room, plays guitar, brings the Zoom recorder. We listen. I write out verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, solo, verse. And then we put the headphones on and we play. Second, third take, that's what that record is.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It is very nice. It's the record I've been hoping we would make for a couple of years now. Just the band and her. And that's what that world is, the Americana, Nashville thing.
And where can people get that, just so we're clear, where do people find
30 Tigers Records. It's Lucinda Williams, Good Souls, Better Angels, came out in April. We're sitting at home wondering when we're going to be released into the world because the record's gotten great reviews and we're anxious to get out there, but this is what it is. And so it's allowed me to come back into my bunker and create more of these things, which I had not had the time to do. So I set up my own YouTube channel, Creative Ideas from the Butch Bunker. Nice. And I started in March 13th, and I've done about 480 little 1.5-minute, 2-minute vignettes of this and some drum set and creative percussion ideas that are outside the norm, hoping to inspire you to think a little differently and listen.
Awesome. So, what's your YouTube channel again, just to make sure?
It's YouTube channel. You find Butch Norton in one of the playlists. It's right there. Creative Ideas from the Butch Bunker.
I love that.
And I post some of the hits of that every day on Facebook. A new post every day or every other day. And then so that's allowed me to really go deeper into this, which has been great for me, great for my head and creatively. And then my percussion duo, aka Butch Jerome. We have a new record out called La Prima Lingua that we recorded last year. Michael Jerome from Richard Thompson's band, Better Than Ezra, a number of other projects. He and I have come together and we do this experimental, ethnic, eclectic percussion duo improvisation stuff. And that's what the new record is. So there's a lot. You can see that all on my website. And then my www.butchdrums.com. You can find, unfortunately, everything about me.
And something that we still, the watchers still don't know, is that you're a builder, you're a creator, and you, thank you very much, you gifted these, which I'm going to have you talk about. So, here we go.